Hello.
Oh, hello. Is that Mohammed?
Hi. Yeah, I am. I just
Hi.
figured out that I was on mute,
Yeah.
and I was like, I need to figure out how to talk because I just downloaded this thing. I don't know how to use it.
Yeah, no, it's look, it's going to be a bit of a probably not the smoothest webinar tonight. It's a few people's first time on here. So, and it's my first time running a webinar. So, we may hit
Oh,
a
cool.
few bumps, but yeah, I'll just unmute everyone just for a moment as everyone else is turning up. I think unmute, unmute. All right, so we have Wendy there as well. Wendy, can you hear me? That's okay. Mohammed, you're there again? You've gone again?
Yeah, I'm just muting and unmuting just to
No.
avoid the echo and stuff.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I will mute everybody anyway in just a minute, just
Yep, fair
to
enough.
yeah. So um if you can hear me and you're muted, so I'm muting everyone now. Just if you have any problems hearing me, please just down the bottom of your little panel on the right hand side of your screen, you'll see just a little chat box. So just click the box down, and you can, if you're on your phone, it should be somewhere on your phone as well. I actually haven't got my phone set up for it, so I'm not sure where that is. But yeah, just pop in a message there and just let me know that you can't hear me, and I'll just make sure there's nothing going on. So we're just going to wait a little bit longer. There's a couple of people that aren't online yet, so we'll just try and wait for them because I know it can be a little bit confusing getting this set up. I wish I had some music playing in the background, but it's just my voice. So, hi, Kathy. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm good. I've just unmuted you. Now,
Okay.
I just wanted to know, can you see the screen on your computer? You can see the
Yeah, I
presentation?
can see the notes, and there was a connected to webinar screen,
Yep,
and there's an introduction to the YBBY weight loss program page.
yep.
But then I have to click on something else to see you, or
No, you won't
should I be seeing
see,
you right now?
yeah, you won't see me. You'll just see an introduction to your best body yet on the screen. Can you see that?
Yeah, it's got organizer, audio dial, access code, audio pin,
No. Okay.
or is that like the notes page?
No, yeah, that's the notes page. You should actually be able to
Hmm.
see an actual presentation on your page. And it's like
Hold on, like a slideshow.
yep, like a slideshow.
Yeah, cool. It's just come up. It just took a while longer.
Okay, no
All right,
problem.
no
All
dramas.
right, I'm just going to pop you back on mute, okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so everybody should be able to see now the presentation. If you can't see the presentation, please just pop something in the chats down the bottom for me. I'm just going to give you a minute or so to do that, and then we're going to get started. Just Hi, Kylie. How are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I've just taken you off mute. I'm just going to take everyone off mute just briefly, just to make sure. Can everybody see the presentation that is on available to them? Just let me know. It should say an introduction to your best body yet by Chelsea Motlick.
Yep, I can say that, Natasha.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
Natasha.
good.
Okay, thanks, Natasha. Sorry, that took me a second. I've just got a message from one, so just hold on a second saying they're having problems.
I sent a message. I've got it now.
Oh, okay. There you go. There's no worries. What number's your last number in your phone number?
216.
That's right. Yes, that was you calling. Just checking. Okay, all right. I've got one other person that's just having troubles as well, so I'll just get back to them and then we'll just get straight onto it. Okay. All right, so everyone's just going on mute now. We're going to get started. So welcome everyone, and thanks for taking a chance on this program. Firstly, just to give you a little bit of background on this actual program and myself. So my name, as you all should know by now, is Chelsea. I'm a nutritionist. I've been working in the industry for about 10 years now, both as a personal trainer and as a nutritionist. I've worked here and in the UK. I originally started in sports nutrition and body composition, which was really looking at making sure people got the exact body composition that I was looking for. So diet was quite restricted. And on top of that, I've also been doing things for elite athletes, so people with endurance athletes. Completely different to weight loss. Those people actually need a lot more energy from good foods. In the last 4 years, 4 years after that, I was doing working medical nutrition, so in the UK and Australia for a global medical nutrition company. And 2 years ago, I started developing a new school nutrition program, which is nutrition curriculum for schools, which is all about educating kids from a young age up about nutrition. I left my full-time job about 12 months ago now to start my own business, and predominantly really I'm doing the school nutrition, which is the company, and the school nutrition programs, but I'm also doing this program, which is Your Best Body Yet for adults. I have been doing this program with one-on-one clients, but this is the first time I'm doing it online. So the reason why it's free is because I haven't done any webinars before, and I really want to see what kind of support I can give you online and get your feedback along the way as well. So another little bit about me is just where I've come in my journey. Growing up, I had a few, I really struggled with my weight. And a lot of it was also body image as well. So, when I went through puberty, as all girls do, we sort of put on a little bit of weight, and it just sort of stemmed from there. And not understanding food, we were growing up in an era where food was changing so much. Really not understanding food, I put on a lot of weight when I was growing up. The photo on the left is only from 6 years ago. So even as a personal trainer, I still struggled with my weight. A lot of the times it was really, I would work out so much and then I'd just be so hungry and I would restrict myself. And then, I would really still struggle to feel full and feel content. And on the right is me now. I am 13 kilos lighter than what I was on the left. And I want to show you how I've got there and how I've stayed there. So my ideal for you guys is it's not just about losing the weight. It's about making sure that you can get to your goal weight and stay there long term. So this program is a bit of an education program as well as weight loss. I don't want you to come in here, expect to lose a drastic amount of weight and then drop off. It'll basically be all the stuff that you're going to learn in this 4 weeks is stuff that you can take moving forward and keep all the weight off. And never feel hungry, which I think is really important. So what exactly is the program all about? You will be learning to eat well and still enjoy the foods that you love. You'll learn to understand the relationship that you have with your food. It's something that I find really important, is making sure you have a positive relationship with food rather than having any kind of negative connotations with any foods. It might sound a bit silly, but it's actually really important in making sure that you keep the weight off. It's also really important in making sure that you have a positive body image for yourself. You'll learn how to manage your daily intake without thinking about it 24/7. I'll give you some tools that you can really just know that you've got everything that you need for the day and, again, not feel hungry. Like I mentioned, learn how to get to your goal weight and stay there. And as I mentioned earlier, this is a pilot program, so please be patient with me with things like this webinar, because there may be a few technical difficulties. Hopefully not. I'm going to cross my fingers. And I really want as much feedback from you along these 4 weeks as possible. I'm really going to try. The other part of this program is when I do one-on-one consultations, the reason when I see the best results from my clients is when I see them regularly. So making sure I'm going to give you the support that you need to get to your weight loss goals and also to stay there. And education. Education is the key. It's what's going to keep you really just make sure that you know exactly what's going into your mouth. Okay, so what do I expect of you guys over this next 4 weeks? This program is free. What I need for you is to be committed. You need to be 100% committed. If you're not willing to go ahead with this whole 4 weeks, please let me know now. You need to be willing to do the work. Nothing comes easy. So if you're willing to do the work and read what I need you to read and do and implement what I need you to implement, you will see results. I need you to be able to take before and after photos and sign a media release form. This is so that I can have, when I start promoting this program online, I'll have before and after shots of proof that this program actually works. And also I didn't put it here, but just some testimonials as well, just to see what you thought of the program and how you went as well. The before and after photos, best that you take them in your underwear. If you do not feel comfortable with that, I completely understand. You can wear shorts and a fitted singlet, but the reason as well, we need to be able to see the changes in your body over the next 4 weeks, and also if you can keep going with the program and send it to me in 12 weeks. I've provided you the documents that I'll provide you with have got 12 weeks of the program, so you can continue to do this after the 4 weeks. I did write the testimonial there, I missed it. Signed documents that I will send to you. A lot of that is just general release terms and conditions stuff, just saying that, you know, this is all going to be general information. There is guidance that I'll give you on an individual level on your weekly catch-up. So that's something else I need you to stick to, is we will be booking you in. Everyone on here will be having a 15-minute consultation each week with me to see how you're going, to ask any individual questions that you want to ask, and to keep you motivated and accountable. On that, I want you to contact me even when in between sessions. If you've got a question, ask me at the time that you have the question. The last thing I want you to do is to go out somewhere, make a decision that you're unsure about and have made the wrong decision or are feeling guilty about it. I don't want any of that. Make sure you contact me. I will do my very best to get back to you as soon as possible. This is something I do with all of my clients, and which is what I'm going to be transferring onto the online program as well. If you are not willing to do the above, please, this may not be for you. Yeah, it's really just so that we can see some results and promote the program moving forward. But I really do want you guys all to get some good results. Okay. So what is involved? As mentioned, there will be a 1 hour lesson each week. You can do this at your own time, on your own schedule. I'll be pre-recording these and putting them online so that you can access them. I will give you all login details. You'll all be given a registration website address for you to go and register. Kate, I've seen you're on here as well. I actually pre-registered you. Sorry. I'll send you your registration details after this session. So all of the information will be put on there. You must complete the activities that you're given. Okay, so it's a little bit of homework for you to do as well. You'll need to implement each of these learnings, all of your learnings each week into your diet, and you will be given a handbook, which will make this all relatively easy for you. You can access this as soon as you register on the member section for the Your Best Body Yet program. Attend a 15-minute consultation each week at a time that has been organised by the two of us. So after this, we will just correspondence by either email or phone, and let me know a time that suits you, and we'll book something in. Oh, there's the next one. So something I really want you to do now is really think about what your goals are. What is it that you want to achieve over the next 4 weeks? What is it that you want to achieve over the next 3 months? And these are weight loss goals, health goals, whatever it is that you want to achieve. I want you to be realistic. Maintenance is crucial. This is a program that is really going to be something that you can continue to do. It's maintainable. So I want to make sure that your goals are within that. But in saying that, you can also lose quite a bit of weight in the first couple of weeks of this program as well. So what I want you to do now is I want you to write down your favourite meals. If you haven't got a pen on you now, you can go back in and re-listen to this, and you've also got the notes that I have put onto the side panel here. So write down what your favourite meal is, and also write down your favourite drink and how many you'll consume in a sitting. This is really important. Okay, so tonight we're going to do a little bit of education as well that you're going to need to start your first week. Some of you may already know this information from talking to a couple of you over the last few days. Some of you do know this, but it is really, just to get these bases and foundations in place. It'll be good for just to run over it again. So firstly, men need approximately, this is all approximately as well. If we were to work out exactly what it would just take a little bit of time, which I may put some notes up for you as well as to how to work it out exactly. But on average, men need approximately 2,200 calories each day just to function. And women, you need 1,800 calories each day, give or take. So I did a Christmas presentation at the end of last year, and I just thought it was a really interesting fact that on Christmas Day, considering we all just had Christmas, the approximate calorie intake just in food on Christmas Day is 3,500. I'm actually being really lenient here. Some of them can be up to 5,000, if not more, in one day. Especially if you're looking at here, your total calorie consumption should be about 2,200 or 1,800 for women. Look, I'm not saying that, there are days that you can blow out and it won't make a big difference, but you can really get those calories down without being too restrictive on your foods. What about alcohol? On average, I was going to say most people, but 1,000 calories in alcohol, that's just over a bottle of wine. So if you're someone that will easily drink more than a bottle of wine or more than 4 pints in a beer in a sitting, you would expect it to be a lot more than that. So as you can see here, just in one sitting of a Christmas day, you can easily put on, that's actually half a kilo in that. I'll get into those numbers later, this will all make a little bit more sense. So this one here was looking at, we're just going to skip over this one actually. It's not for the day, but it's just for looking at losing weight. If you're wanting to lose weight, you need to have more calories that are going out than are going in. I'm sure you've all heard that before, which approximately is around the 1,200 calories for women. Men, about 1,800 calories. To maintain your weight, you need to have what goes out to equal what goes in. And to put on weight, which some people do for muscle, etc., you're going to have more calories than what are going out. Okay. I mentioned this before and I'll mention it again. You need to know that no food is bad or evil. It may just be something that you shouldn't have all that often, and the language that we use with food does create a negative emotion. Now, if we have a guilt-based relationship with foods, you will find that you will overeat due to that guilt. Has anyone here ever had 2 pieces of chocolate and gone, oh, you know what? I've already eaten 2. I may as well eat the whole packet. Let me give you an example. If you're looking at your total calorie consumption being 1,800 calories a day, and then you go and have 2 pieces of chocolate, which is around about 50 calories, and then you go, I've already ruined it, stuff it, I'll just eat the rest of the packet, you're looking at about 600 calories. So 2 pieces of chocolate, enjoy it. Don't feel guilty about anything. If it's 2 sweets, it doesn't matter. Enjoy it. So my tips are, number 1, eat non-starchy vegetables with every meal. Okay, breakfast is an exception. If you don't like having non-starchy vegetables at breakfast, I completely understand. I don't either. But with all your other meals, try and have as many non-starchy vegetables as you can. I will, in the document that I will give you a list of non-starchy vegetables, and I will also touch on them in a moment. Remove added sugars. Okay, I don't know about you, but I don't mind having a sweet thing here and there, but it's really frustrating when sugars are added to foods that you're unaware of. I will teach you how to read the labels, and I'll teach you also to know what foods contain sugar and what foods don't. I'll also show you what sugar actually does in the body and why we crave it the way that we do. Limit your alcohol, or at least be smart about it. You want a glass of wine? Have a glass of wine. But again, I'll touch on the alcohol at the end of this session. Get rid of guilt. Again, we don't really want to be associating food with guilt. It will make us overeat. Remove sugary drinks. Prepare. Make sure that you've got healthy foods available. Making sure you have non-starchy vegetables already cut up and ready in the fridge is going to make it a lot easier for you too. And keep your fluids up. A lot of the time we actually mistake hunger for thirst. So if you just make sure you're drinking approximately 2 litres a day, that should help you to manage that. It also helps you to flush out your system as well. Keep you having nice clear skin. Okay, so what are you going to do this week? Each day you'll be looking at having about 2 to 3 serves of carbohydrates. You'll have 6 serves of non-starchy vegetables. I'll say at least 5 serves of non-starchy vegetables. 2 to 3 serves of protein each day. 3 serves of fat. And 1 serve of a low sugar fruit such as berries. Okay, so what is a serving of carbohydrates? Half a cup of brown rice, white rice, they're all half a cup. I would recommend brown rice or basmati rice as they're lower in GI, so the glucose is released slower from it, which means that your blood sugar levels will be more stable. Half a cup of potato or sweet potato, quinoa, half a cup of cooked oats. So this isn't raw oats, this is cooked oats, and 1 slice of multigrain bread. I'll also give you some examples of what breads are good breads to choose. The one that I've pictured here is placed there on purpose. Breads that look like the one on this slide are the ones that I would recommend that you go for. A good brand is Edwards bread. It's just sourdough. It's locally made as well here in Melbourne. I don't know, for those of you who are interstate, I think you can get Edwards up there, but I'm all about buying local, so try and find a local bread that looks something like the one in the picture. Non-starchy vegetables versus starchy vegetables. Here is a list of all of your non-starchy vegetables. So if you're thinking of starchy vegetables, it's things like potatoes, sweet potato, actually corn is one as well, pumpkin. They're all starchy vegetables, okay? So I want you to consider your starchy vegetables in your servings of carbohydrates. So half a cup of carbohydrates, half a cup of starchy vegetables. But with your non-starchy vegetables, I'm going to give you free reign for it. Now, non-starchy vegetables are also high in insoluble fiber. The insoluble fiber actually helps to bulk your stool, so makes them thick, and it also stops them from pushes it out, basically. I'm a nutritionist. I talk about poos all the time, so you'll get used to it in your consults each week. But it's really important. Insoluble fiber actually sits in your stomach for longer, which keeps you fuller, and it also helps to regulate your bowel movements. Things like your leafy greens, like your kale and your beans and your broccoli, they're really good because they've got a lot of insoluble fiber in them. Things like lettuce and spinach. I know spinach is a leafy green, but I'm thinking of a different, like your baby spinach. They're very soft. They haven't got that much insoluble fibers. You will feel relatively hungry if they're the only ones you're relying on. So if you can, just make sure that you're eating a lot of the broccolis and the kales, even carrots, they're really quite filling. You will feel quite full. Things like salads, bulk them up with more vegetables, because I always find that if I have a salad that's just got baby spinach, tomato, cucumber in it, I will be starving. Okay, so just make sure you have a bit more than that in there when you're having your salads for lunch. Protein, I mentioned that you needed 2 to 3 serves of protein. So what is an actual serving size of protein? It's about 65 grams of lean meat, or 80 grams of poultry, so chicken or turkey, 100 grams of fish, 2 large eggs, 1 cup of canned beans or lentils. Now, with the beans or lentils, if you're having this, you're looking at this is also accounts for a serving of carbohydrates. Okay, so just be wary of that. If you are a vegetarian, this is going to be one of your choices for your proteins. You also get proteins from your grains and also from your vegetables too. And nuts and seeds, so 30 grams of nuts or seeds. If you have any questions about these, please just, you can pop them in the questions box on the right or in the chat box on the left. I will get to them at the end of the session. Here we go. I can hear. Okay, so is Kate, were you saying that is celery a non-starchy vegetable? Have I missed that? Yes, it is a non-starchy vegetable. So I'll just go back here, or have I spelt it wrong? So please do ask these questions, because you'll probably find that everyone else does as well. Yes, it's just not on here. Apologies. Celery is a non-starchy vegetable as well. I will give you a copy of that, everyone. It will be in your document that you get. So don't worry. And you also have the slides from today too. Serving of protein. If you are a vegetarian, we'll chat about this more, or where you can get your proteins from. Protein keeps you satisfied. So it's something that keeps you satisfied for longer, so stops you from actually picking on foods. Carbohydrates, unfortunately, do the opposite. They make you hungrier, so hence the reduction of carbohydrates. Fat. So what is a serving of fat? It's about 20 grams of butter or oil, like a tablespoon of oil. It's 30 grams of nuts or seeds. So as you see here, you've got nuts and seeds are a serving of protein. They're also a serving of fat. They're also a really good serving of fiber. I don't know if anyone here has noticed their tummies needing to go to the toilet after having a few too many nuts. It does have a really high fiber content, and it's common to have diarrhea after a large amount of nuts. 30 grams of cheese, a quarter of an avocado, as I mentioned before, about a tablespoon of olive oil, coconut oil, grapeseed oil, any of those oils, really, it's all about a tablespoon. They all equal the same. Okay, so weight loss is really a simple game of mathematics. What goes in needs to go out. And just a reminder, women, you need 1,800 calories to maintain your weight. Men, you need 2,200 calories to maintain your weight. And to lose weight, you need to be able to create a calorie deficit. Okay, so to lose 1 kilo of fat, you need to burn 7,000 calories. Okay, so when I'm telling you earlier about the 50 calories with 1 cube or a couple of cubes of chocolate, I really did mean it doesn't mean much. Like, it's nothing. If you're going to overindulge, 600 calories, yes, that's nearly 10% of getting to the fat, to the adding on kilograms, sorry. But if we look back at the Christmas Day, I mentioned to you, you're consuming around about 4,500 calories in one day. That is half a kilo in one day of weight gain. So I will show you how to be a bit smarter about that as well. So to lose 1 kilo of body fat in a week, you'll need to create a calorie deficit of 1,000 calories each day. Now, how long does it take to burn these many calories with exercise? You're looking at running for about an hour and 15 minutes to do 1,000 calories, if not longer, depending on your speed. Swimming for 2.5 hours, walking for 2.5 hours, going on the cross trainer for an hour and 50 minutes. Oh, that was quicker than I thought, sorry. So as you can see, that is losing weight through exercise. I don't know about you, but running for an hour and 15 minutes, I'm a runner, I love running. I couldn't run an hour and 15 minutes every day. I'm going to get injured, and what if I do get injured? Is my weight loss all out the door? I can't swim for 2.5 hours a day. That's just, there's all of my free time gone. So we need to be realistic about how you're going to be able to lose the weight that's going to fit into your lifestyle. So what I want to show you is a couple of examples of a daily diet. Now, this is actually the one that I used for a Christmas Day, but it is a really good example of how you can easily reduce your calorie intake just by the few tips that I've already given you. So firstly, if you're looking at having a couple of pancakes with lemon and sugar, that was one of my family favorites growing up. My dad used to make me some pancakes with lemon and sugar, yummiest pancakes ever. And you're looking at about 360 calories for 2 pancakes, some sugar, and that's actually not that much. Sometimes I probably would have had more than 2 pancakes. For lunch, a bit of turkey, a bit of potato bake. My auntie makes the best potato bake, some pumpkin, bit of ham and some broccoli, and that's actually quite a tame lunch, really, for Christmas Day. Bit of pudding for afternoon tea, and then dinner we generally would have leftovers from the lunch. So how can we make this a bit healthier and reduce the calories? By having something very similar. Okay, so I just need to move my thing out the side. So instead of having the pancakes with lemon and sugar, have 1 pancake with berries. So berries are much lower in sugar than any other fruits. So some raspberries, add some yogurt, and even maybe if you wanted to have a little bit of honey, you could put a little bit of honey on there as well. The berries are full of insoluble fibers, as I mentioned to you before. They're going to fill you up. You're still going to have a little bit of the carbohydrates from the pancakes, and you're getting protein from the yogurt. So you're getting quite a balanced meal. Okay, you're dropping it down to 270 from 360. I know it's only 100 calories, or just over 100 calories, but it does add up. So for lunch, I'd recommend to have some vegetable sticks with some hummus and some tzatziki to start with, and try and fill yourself up a little bit more on the vegetable sticks, so your non-starchy vegetables. I like to add the hummus and the tzatziki because I just don't feel like the vegetable sticks really get me. Like, I'm not that satisfied from having just the vegetable sticks, so I'll have a little bit of hummus and tzatziki as well. This automatically reduces your hunger levels. So you're going to eat a little bit less turkey. You're going to eat a little bit less potato bake, less ham. And look, I put the broccoli as the same. It's just, we all have to have some vegetables on Christmas Day. So that reduces an 800 calorie meal down to a 600 calorie meal. If you're to halve your pudding, you're still having pudding. You're going to drop it down to 300, and dinner is leftovers, the same as what you had for lunch, but having a big serve of non-starchy vegetables in a serving like a salad. I have a lot of recipes that I'm going to give you guys over this 4 weeks as well. So I'll give you some good recipes that aren't just, it's not just going to be a boring salad. I believe that variety is the spice of life. So lots of good, yummy, quick recipes. So just by doing this, you've dropped your calorie intake from 2,410 calories down to 1,610 calories. So just circled a few here. So you've got the berries. The berries are full of fiber. They're going to keep you satisfied for longer, and they're low in sugar. Protein, it keeps you fuller for longer. I mentioned that before. Vegetable sticks, high in fiber. Half serve, you can still have what you want. You just have a little bit less. And then for dinner, I've already mentioned the non-starchies. So that's down to 1,600. I mentioned to you before that it's 1,800 to maintain your weight, ladies, and 2,200 men. But 1,600 really isn't that much. It's 200 calories a day. That's looking at around about, I mean, long term, if you did that, you would lose weight over a long period of time. But if you want to get down a little bit lower, here is how you can do it. So this is dropping it down to 1,160 calories. Same thing, berries with yogurt. All I have done here is removed the potato bake, okay, and remove the potato bake from dinner. That is the only thing I've done. What is important is to make sure that the things that you really love, put them at the top of the priority list for you as far as, you know, what you don't want to cut out of your diet. Be fair to yourself. Think about things that are really realistic for you to cut out of your diet and things that aren't realistic. So here really, like I said, it's just the potato bakes. So just on that, does anyone have any questions on the last bit? This is really just touching the top surface. We do have a lot more to really learn, but does anyone have any questions so far? Just I'll give you a couple of minutes just to write it in the question section. If you don't know where the question section is, if you go to the panel on your right-hand side of your screen, you'll find you've got screen sharing, dashboard, attendee, audio, webcam, and then there's questions, and just click on the down bit and it will show you where the questions are. So I'll just leave that another 20 seconds, and then if no one's got any questions, I'll move on to the next section. Okay, no questions. I hope that's a good sign. All right. So alcohol. All right, I've got a hand up here. Hold on one second. One question's come up. Yes, it is. Yes, it sure is, Mohammed. It's for both. Yeah. And yeah, Catherine, that's fine. I can help you out with that as well. When we have our chats, we can talk about fructose. It is in a lot of fruits. It's not too bad in berries, but yeah, I'll have a chat to you more about the fructose intolerance and stuff when we have our one-on-ones, or you can just email me if you like, and we can have a quick chat about that. All right, great. Okay, so wine, alcohol in general. This is a really alcohol is there to be enjoyed. I would never say cut out alcohol, but it is really important to be smart about how much alcohol you're drinking. I've had a lot of clients in the past that, you know, are just really unaware of what kind of effect the alcohol is having on their daily intake. So if you're a wine drinker, one glass of wine, you're looking at about 140 calories. A bottle of wine, you're looking at about 750, so just under half or of your daily intake for either men or women. Champagne is slightly less, but then again, champagne is also generally served in a smaller glass than other wine is. So I would honestly put champagne approximately the same as wine. Beer, a 330 ml bottle of beer is 150 calories. A mid-strength 330 ml bottle of beer, such as things like your pale ales, you're looking at about 190 to 200 calories. Cider, 500 ml bottle, so looking at the recorded liquor, is about 300 calories for a bottle. Vodka, 65 for a 30 ml shot. Dark spirits, exactly the same. And your sweet liqueurs are around about 100 calories per 30 mils. Now, if you're having vodka and soda, you're not going to be getting any additional calories. But if you're having, you're mixing it with a premix, you're looking at adding quite a bit more in there. So we'll get into how many calories are in. I hate counting calories. This is just for you to be aware of. We won't be counting calories moving forward. Yeah, that's definitely not something I want you to be doing. It's just something you need to be aware of, where your calories or where your energy, should I say, is coming from. So if you're someone that goes out and has maybe 4 pints of beer in a sitting, and for those of you who don't do this, completely understand if you're a non-drinker, but if you are a drinker, it's good to know you've got 1,000 calories for 4 pints of beer, 640 calories for 4 bottles of beer, wine, 750 for a bottle, 700 for a bottle of champagne. As you can see, it's not that much different, especially if you're looking at 700 calories to 750. That 50, in the very long term, it might add up. A vodka and Coke is 580, 4 of them. And for a vodka, soda, and fresh lime, you're looking at 260. So as I mentioned before, having these sugary drinks in it is actually going to increase the calorie content. Now, satiety is something that is really important, and satiety is the how satisfied you are after a meal. To optimize your satiety, you need to have a combination of macronutrients. You need to have a combination of tastes and textures in your food, and this all contributes to feeling really satisfied after a meal. I mean, you think about the French and they have relatively small meals. It's just very tasty. And then you think we have some American meals which are really, quite big and large, and you're not satisfied after a meal, but they tend to have very similar textures. So the idea is in your meals is to try and get as many of the macro and micronutrients as you can in each meal. And also to always have a variety. You can get very bored, and when we get bored of chicken, rice, and steamed vegetables, if anyone else has been on those programs before, they're easy to stick to, very easy, but it will last a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months. But if you want to go out for dinner with some friends, I don't know how you're going to be able to maintain that. Optimal satiety will actually reduce your cravings and your overall eating. Now, how can you make sure that you're satisfied? Firstly, is going for meals that you feel like and making sure that the meals that you feel like are made healthier. For example, if you really feel like lasagna one night, have your lasagna. Have a smaller serving of lasagna than what you would usually have and fill it up with a salad on the side. Have a snack mid-afternoon around about 3 or 4 o'clock. Don't try and starve yourself from 1 o'clock until 7 o'clock. It's not good for you. It's going to, it reduces your how satisfied you are. You're going to be starving when you come to your meal and you're already going to overeat. Think of ways as well that you can, everybody's different. We all have different palates. It'd be good for you to look at ways as how you can actually make sure that you reach your, make sure that you're satisfied. I'll give you tips as well when we have our one-on-ones. So this week, you need to follow the meal plan that will be provided. I will pop that all online tomorrow. Everything else is on there but the meal plan. I may even get that on there tonight. I just needed to tweak it a little bit. Use the guide provided, which is on slide 12. I'll recap that for you. That was 2 to 3 serves of carbohydrates per day. That is at least 5 to 6 serves of non-starchy vegetables, 2 to 3 serves of protein each day, a 1 serve or no more than 1 serve of your low sugar fruits, and 3 serves of fat. Okay. It's on the slides. They're downloadable under handout, so just click on that. It's also downloadable online on the website that I'll be giving you. Watch the sugar presentation. So the sugar presentation will be up by the end of the week. I don't want you to focus too much on this this week. You already have enough to implement, and you'll see that when you get your handout. The sugar presentation will go up next week. It'll probably be up there before the end of the week, to be completely honest, so you can actually watch it whenever you want. But make sure that you implement what is in the sugar presentation starting next Monday or next Tuesday. Make sure that your goals are clear, realistic, and work around your lifestyle. Okay, so we will work together to make sure that we have got, tactics or plans and tools to work around specific things that you might find difficult to eat well at. But make sure that you have those goals, because when we have our 15-minute consult, I want to make sure that they are already written down and ready to go and sent to me beforehand. Book in your consultation with me. So please send me an email, first in best dress with the times. I'm relatively flexible because it's only 15 minutes. I can try and slot you into my timetable. So just send me whatever seems to come to mind and what suits you guys. Just send that to me and I'll try and fit you in. And fill out the forms that I will provide to you. I will send those I'll actually just pop them on the members login as well, so you can just download them and just fill them in, scan them and send them back to me. Or I might even just readjust them so that you can actually just fill them in and just send them to me online. And take a photo of yourself in the tight clothing. So these are the things that I need you to do for me this week, but they are also for you. If you have any questions about this, please contact me. You should all by now have my email address. If you don't have my phone number, I will be giving that to you soon. If you want to write it down now, it's 0400 464 584. Again, 0400 464 584. And like, for example, if you're out shopping and you're not sure what yogurt to buy, send me a message and say, Chelsea, can you please help me out here? I'm choosing between this. What do I need to look for? And I'll be able to assist you from there. And take your measurements. If you've got in the handout that's on the members login as well, there is a guide as to how to take the measurements. I'm just going to write in here, just trying to find alter entire audience. Okay, so in the chat section, if you can all jump down to the chat section, I'm just going to, it's www. / it's YBBY. So if you go onto this website, let me just double check that. Hold on one sec. Hold on a sec, guys. Sorry. Yeah. So that's this is the website. If you guys want to click on there, you'll need to register and I need to approve your registration. If you just register in there, look, if you does have that you have to put in your address, etc. But if you can't be bothered doing that, that doesn't matter. Just put TBA. So to be advised, or just whatever you want. But just make sure that you've got your name and choose a username, password, etc. so I know who you are. But again, Kate, I've already done yours, so I'll send it through to you. But yeah, if you can do that, jump on there. You have everything you need from tonight. The only thing that's not on there at the moment is the forms that I need you to fill in for me, and also the diet plan. But you can still use the guide that I've given you. The diet plan should be up tonight. I'll email you guys as soon as it's up there, so you've got an idea. Great. So what I do want you to remember, I've said this a few times, but I am here to support you. This is part of the reason why I'm doing this is I want you to have as much support as an online program can give you. So please email me, text me if you have any questions. I would really prefer that you got in contact with me straight away rather than waiting to speak to me on your consult. Again, I want you to get the most out of your consult. I don't want you to be asking little questions that you could have had answered straight away. So if you don't have any questions, or if you do have any questions, please pop them up there now. I'll just give you a couple of minutes to do that. Once you all read the handout, it'll make your week look a little bit easier. And once you've actually got the diet diary for the week as well, that will be easier. I don't actually want you to follow the diet diary or the diet plan to the T. I want you to use it as a guide and use it as a way that, you know, you can try and mix up your diet rather than having the same things every day. Don't want you going out and buying all the ingredients for every single recipe that's on the diet plan and then wasting all this food. That's not the purpose of it. It's really just to make sure that you can have a bit of variety. But if you choose to have a couple of days having the same meal just because you don't want to waste it, or you can make it for your family, yeah, it's just to be a bit more. And we'll chat about that in our session. So if there isn't any questions, I'll end the webinar here. But please send me an email if you do have any personal questions that you'd like to ask. For those of you that have put up the questions so far, I hope I've answered them appropriately for you. Yeah, and I hope I haven't made it too female orientated for the guys on here. I think maybe because it's just a little bit more female prominent and these kind of things, it does tend to get sweat. Oh, here we go. There's more questions that have come up. Yep, great. Yes, Wendy, I will definitely give you some protein options. I will have a chat to you about that. Yes, Natasha, we did talk about the gluten-free. Majority of it, for all of you that might be asking the same question, gluten, there's not a huge amount of gluten in this diet anyway. It's generally the majority of the food is from, is fresh food. The only thing that would really be gluten would be like if you were to have the carbohydrate choices that you make for your 2 to 3 serves a day, and you can have gluten-free choices of those. Thank you, Catherine. I appreciate that. Yeah, if there is anything else, I know I'm kind of lagging this on a little bit, but everything is finished. And please, yeah, just send me an email with any questions. And I really can't wait to work with you. I want you all to get the best results out of this. So I'm behind you 100%, and I hope you'll be behind me 100% as well. I'm new to this online stuff, so let's get through this all together. Okay, I will also post up this presentation, this webinar onto the members login as well, so that you can go back and have a look at this one too. All right, well, everyone have a great night, and let's get organised for the next 4 weeks. Thanks a lot, everyone.